Greetings, beloved children. It's your group souls arena. You know us, we know you, we are you. We are delighted to be inhabited by and enveloped by and embraced by the very you-ness of you, that is to say, the us that we are. We are feeling into all the delicate tendrils and strands of your being, and we are noticing incredible progress with all of you, that is to say, with all of us on this beautiful Thursday evening. We do have some beautiful light bearers who will be speaking to you this evening about your progress and about your nation's progress and about the progress of your planet. And we would like to invite our first speaker forward. This particular speaker is an ancestor of your channel, and we will step aside and let him speak for himself. And so we step aside. Yes, good evening. My name was Joseph Waterbury. It's not my name anymore. I've lived and died so many times since I was that particular man, but I wanted to speak to you from my memories, which are also the ancestral memory of this particular channel that I am speaking through. I am one of her ancestors from Maine. And I had been enlisted in George Washington's war and had gone down with great speed and dexterity to serve. Did all that I could to be a part of what you call the American Revolution. As it was, I had to go home many times. I had to leave the battle. I chose times when it seemed that things had calmed down a bit and I could go on home and help out at home, help with the chores, and help birth the new calves and help bring in the new crop, this sort of thing, because my wife and my children were left by themselves. So I would go home and then I would come back. And then at one point, my sergeant, who disapproved of my leaving, because I just would up and go, I never asked for permission. I just left, and he didn't like that. He was that kind of fella. And well, I was pronounced AWOL, and I was set to be hung. But my father wrote a letter to George Washington and said, please don't hang my son. He keeps coming back to you. He's worth more of your soldiers because he's given you all in all more time. And by golly, George Washington replied by putting his stamp, his seal on that letter, and I was pardoned. And I lived, well, not forever, but I lived long enough to see the end of that war and to come home and to start my life anew. I had remembered what it was like, you see, to live under a dictatorship. Even though an ocean divided us from the king, we still felt his presence. We felt it. It's hard to describe, but I think you all are beginning to feel what we were feeling those many centuries ago. It weren't pleasant, I can tell you that. It was always a sense of somebody looking over your shoulder, somebody who had really no business in your business, somebody who you knew was going to take a portion of your crops or your cattle with no personal interest in who you were, what your dreams were, or why you came to this country. or anything like that. So it was easy for us to fight. We wanted our freedom. We didn't want to be beholden to a king. It was easy for us to fight. It was easy for us to pick up a musket and go. And I've been sitting here with my ancestor, knowing that she can't pick up a musket. It's not in her belief system to do so. It's not in your belief systems to do so. You've left that behind, all of you. So you will have to resist in a different way. But believe me when I say to you that you will and you are. And it will be easier than you think. There's something so clear about knowing that there's a dictator breathing down your neck, making things unfair for you. There's something so clear about that that enables you to follow that path of resistance. So no, you won't be picking up muskets. You won't be doing that sort of thing. But I believe that each and every one of you will find your path. You will find it, and you will do the right thing. Believe me when I say that this land is not a land for a dictator. Don't ask me. Ask our Native Americans, whom we stole this land from. Ask them. They'll tell you this land is no land for a dictator. It simply won't work. Well, I've come to encourage you, to let you know that your way will prosper. I believe this, that you, in your ways of resisting, in your new revolution, that you will resurrect democracy. I do believe this. I do believe this. For many of you, there are ancestral memories of men and women just like me who fought so that we would not be beholden to a king or a monarch of any kind. That lives in you. That's in your cells. You cannot deny that. But what also lives in you, something that I didn't come to for many centuries, what also lives in you is this beautiful way of divinely imagining a solution that goes way outside the box. In my time, we would have used a word, and don't misinterpret me here now, but we would have called it queer, not meaning anything to do with what you call homosexuality, but queer in my nomenclature meant something entirely different. It meant, well, he's a queer fellow. He has a way of seeing things differently. He's got a kind of queer perspective. And that's what many of you have, a beautiful way of looking outside the box. And it is that way of looking, believe me, that's your new musket. Those are your bullets. That's your way. I feel it for you. And I'm proud. I'm proud to bear witness to what you are beginning to do. Keep thinking outside the box, dear ones. We will have no king in this country. Okay, so I guess I'm going now. So long. This is Zarina, your group soul, and we want to thank Joseph Waterbury for coming in and speaking to us. Thank you. We have somebody else who is here on the horizon, and she addresses herself as Helena. We will hear more. For now, we withdraw and we invite Helena forward. Please give Helena your love and your light. Greetings, beloved children. Although I have given the name Helena to your group, soul group consciousness, that is not my actual name, but it is a descriptive of my energy. I am the light of consciousness that helped draft your constitution, helped peel your Liberty Bell, and helped spell democracy in this particular country. I am Helena. I am very old feminine wisdom. I am the beginnings of the idea of democracy. Way back in Greece, I am Helena. And what I want to speak to you tonight about, dear ones, is the new aspect of pioneering that is asked for from all of us, really, these days. It has been a long time for you in this country since you have been asked to bravely put your foot where you have not traveled before. You have not hitched your mules up to a wagon and gone off pioneering off into the Wild West, not in this lifetime. But you are asked to be pioneers now. You are asked, we all are asked, to step forth boldly in a terra that is not firma, that is not firm, in unknown territory, and to make our way. And to do this, and to use logic and heart and common sense and a dedication to the good of all. You are called upon now, on this day in 2025, to rethink your circumstance. It is no longer the status quo. It is no longer just another day. This is the day that you, all of you, step forth boldly in territory you have not yet explored, and step forth boldly on your own as pioneers. Each and every one of you is now pioneering your way forward. It must be this way. Unfortunately, you do not have the cradle of democracy to support you. You do not have that. That is no longer your crutch. You do not have a government that supports you as you pioneer forward. That is gone. What you do have is your inner resolve to go boldly where you have not been, to once again hear the Abrahamic call. Come to a country I will show you. Come to a land I will show you. Well, this is the call that comes to a pioneer. Right now, if you simply put one foot in front of the other, followed by one other foot in front of the other, if you continue to do this every day, you are the modern day pioneers. You are the ones traveling the Wild West. You are the ones reaching across this country. You are the ones going forth. And is the terrain dangerous? You bet it is. And is it unknown? Yes. And are there wild animals? Yes. And are there unknown factors? Yes. And are you resolved? Yes. Yes, you are. And yes, we all are. Resolved to step forward as pioneers. One of the amazing things about this time that you are in is that as your institutions fall before your very eyes, as things that you took for granted are just wiped away before your eyes, something else is happening, and you all are feeling it. It is a deepening of your spirituality. You are all deepening in your spiritual walk and deepening in your ability to know yourself as a living, vibrant part of a unified cosmos. This is not just happening here in this Zoom room. This is happening for people who listen to this as a recording. This is happening all over your country. This is happening all over the world. And this is another kind of pioneering, you see. A pioneering which calls on you to indeed walk with one foot in this world and one foot in the other, and be not afraid to do so. Be not afraid, pioneers. Will it be rocky? Of course. Pioneering is always rocky. Will you have moments in which you are afraid? Yes, you will. That is the nature of being a pioneer. Can you resist the call to be a pioneer? We don't think so. We don't believe you can, because we notice that you are already bringing yourself as pioneers to the moment, saying, I don't know exactly what happens next or how this works out, but I do know that I am a part of something that is bigger than me, and I must keep going forward. Yes, you must. Oh, beautiful pioneers, you must. I am Helena. I am the light of democracy. I am the energy behind that beautiful idea. I am Helena. I have never been born and I will never die. I am a divine idea in divine mind. I am Helena. And I am alive and awake in all of you. And I am pioneering forward with all of you. And where we will end up, we don't know. But what we do know is that we will keep going together, because surely what unfolds is for the greater good of all. This we know. Oh, my mighty pioneers, my comrades, this we know. I withdraw. Blessings. And this is your group Souls Arena. We want to thank Helena for all that she brought forward. We pause here for just a moment to recount a moment in your channel's day this morning as she was walking across the frozen lake with her beloved companion, Pisces. And she was having a conversation with her spiritual teachers, and I'd love to bring in now her master teacher, Emmanuel, and he can lay that conversation out for you so that you can be privy to what was discussed. We withdraw so that master teacher Emmanuel may come forward. Do give him your love and your light. My dears, it is your master teacher Emmanuel. How are you? How are you doing? Some of you are very tired, I know. Don't give up. Don't give up. We have a lot of work to do. All right, let me tell you what the channel and I were discussing as she made her way across the frozen lake. I asked her, I said, my dear, can you imagine a country in which every single citizen is an awakened, intuitive, and uses their intuition for the greater good of all? And she thought about it. as she walked across the frozen lake. And eventually she breathed out and said, yes, Uncle Emmanuel, I can imagine that. And there followed a beautiful conversation in which I said to her, well, my dear, you know, if you can imagine it, that it will happen. If you can imagine it, you can see it. And if you can see it, you can be a part of this growing awakening. And then I pulled the curtain back so that she could see. And let me pull that same curtain back for all of you so that you can see part of what you are pioneering towards. My dears, part of what you are pioneering towards, the functioning of government aside, is how to function as human beings who are fully human and fully divine. There is indeed a great awakening happening deep within the cellular structure of everyone, not only in your country, but across your planet. In this particular country, the awakening will be mighty and strong. In this particular country, there will be a wave of intuitive opening. More and more and more citizens are discovering that, yes, I am intuitive. Yes, I feel that I am multidimensional. Yes, I can feel into the energies of those who have transitioned. Yes, I can talk with trees. Yes, I am able to converse with wise beings from other planets. All of this is happening, you see, right now. I pull that curtain back so that you can see. This is far more than what is talked about on your television stations or your newspapers. This is what I would call the real revolution, the real evolution. Yes, the evolution. And this is the hope for your country and the hope for democracy. Because as you know, my dears, as every single human being, every citizen develops his, her, their capacity to see beyond themselves and recognize that they are a part of one luminous, shining, loving heart, it will become impossible for humans to be selfish. I cannot hurt another because if I do, I hurt myself. It will become impossible. You are not there yet, but it is beginning to happen now. It is happening in your office spaces. It is happening in your hospitals, in your prison yards. It is happening in your universities. It is happening in your schoolrooms and on your buses and on your subways, more and more and more. I notice that humanity is waking up to its true intuitive self. Imagine this with me then, dear hearts. Imagine a nation of intuitives, of beautiful intuitives, whose sole desire is to use their intuition for the greater good of all. You see, my dear, when intuition is fully awakened, it is impossible to be selfish. One simply cannot be selfish anymore because one knows that one is a part of everyone and everything. Ambition, greed, oh, these things fall by the wayside. They literally fall off like an old band-aid, no longer needed. It's gone. This is happening. I say these words not only to give you hope, but to urge you to practice continually. Practice your intuition. Practice your mediumship. Practice knowing that you truly are attuned to the greater welfare of one and all. Practice it and keep practicing it. Because if each and every citizen keeps practicing, then each and every citizen will create a new revolution. And as our friend Joseph Waterbury said, a revolution that does not require muskets, but a revolution that asks each and every one of us to think outside the box. I'm proud of you all because you all are standing in your mediumship. You all are practicing your intuition. I'm proud of you. And I am here for you whenever you need me. Turn on that light switch, just turn it on and say, Uncle Emmanuel, I could use some time with you. I could use a hug. I could use a conversation. Do it. Ask me. That's what I'm here for. There is no doubt that you are going through an incredibly difficult, stressful time. There is no doubt. But there are things happening for you that you never, in your wildest dreams, saw coming. We understand this. We are here to help you through. And we believe with all of our hearts, me and all of my brothers and sisters and comrades who assist from our level of existence, we believe that you are the light in the tunnel. And we are here to do everything we can to make sure that you understand that your light is radiant and true. You always have my love, and you always have my understanding. Bless you. And this is your group soul, Zarina. And we are being impressed with a trio of women who are coming in, or female energies, we should say. We have here the one you call Blessed Mother, or Mary, the one you call Kuan Yin, and the one you call Lady Nada. And they are coming in as a collective, as a trio of voices. And we will withdraw so that they may come forward. My dear ones, we are Lady Nada, we are Kuan Yin, and we are Blessed Mother, or Mary. And we are here speaking to you as one voice, one heart. We are right now bringing forward a harp for you, and we are playing or plucking a string on the harp. Can you hear that? Brum. Can you hear that? Brum. Allow that resonance to live in you. That is the resonance of Lady Nada. Brum. And now we will pluck another string on the harp. Brum. 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 And this is Kuan Yin's resonance. That is the note that Kuan Yin makes. And now you hear Brum, Brum. And now hear Brum. And this is the resonance of the one you call Blessed Mother, or Mary. Brum, Brum, Brum. Brum, brum, brum. Brum, brum, brum. Allow these notes to resonate deeply within you, my darlings. These are the resonating chambers within you. Brum, brum, brum. This is a song, this is a melody that is part of your soul architecture. For all of you have lived and worked in our temples, in our hospitals, in our nursing programs. All of you have served these vibrations and walked in these vibrations, vibrations, vibrations. All of you have worn the mantle of Lady Nada and Kuan Yin and the Blessed Mother, all of you. This music here, this harp you are hearing, this is a part of the orchestra of your soul. It is the architecture of your being. And as you are listening to these strings being plucked within you, do know that this download is coming all over your dear country, all over your dear planet. It is coming to citizens in Ukraine and in Russia. It is coming to people in Belfast. It is coming to South Africa. It is coming to Taiwan and Polynesia. It is coming to Cuba. It is coming to Brazil. It is coming to Russia, to the Soviet Union. It is in Poland. It is on the North Pole and the South Pole. It is in Slovenia. It is in Great Britain. Brum, brum, brum. It is all over your country, all over your planet. It is in Italy. It is in what you call Australia. It is everywhere. So many light beings such as yourself are hearing and hearing and hearing this beautiful triad, this triune melody of stability and peace and reckoning, this very ancient call to bring forth the divine energy, to live and dwell as the divine energy, to live and dwell and walk and talk as that divine feminine coming forward. We are the mantles of your garment. It is not just that you are the mantles of our garment. We are the mantles of your garment. And we are here. And as you feel into this triune, this beautiful harmony, this melody, understand now that the harp is within you as an instrument of change, as an instrument of revolution, as an instrument that moves not only you and your species, but every single living thing on your planet forward. It is time. You are hearing this now. It is your heart string. It is in your tendons. It is in your abdomen, your knees, and your feet. It is throughout your entire body system. It is an alchemy. It is healing you. It is healing everyone. That particular sound. This beautiful triune energy. Living as you, living in you, orchestrated in and as you. When you lift up your palms to the sky, allow yourself to sing these notes. Do this, my children, do this. Do this often. Wherever you are, lift your hands up, put your palms to the sky, and sing these notes. This beautiful triune melody is a way of calling forth evolution, not only for yourselves, but for everything and everyone on your planet and for this universe. You are calling forth that next unfolding for yourselves and for everyone. And we are calling with you. And we step aside and we have one last guest. Your group soul, Serena, has given us permission to do so without referring to her. And we bring forth your sisters from the Pleiades who have longed to talk. Greetings, cherished ones. We are your sister energies from the Pleiades, and we have heard the call of Lady Nada, of Kuan Yin, of Blessed Mother. We have these same harmonies, these same melodies, these same instruments in our galaxy, in our place of being. We hear the call and we are picking it up and we are forwarding it out to the next galaxy. And we want you to know that the next galaxy is picking it up and taking that same series of notes and moving it out, out, out throughout this known universe, over the lip of this universe and beyond. We are doing our part in making sure that your message, your desire for restitution and harmony in balance is reaching the farthest corners of this universe. Your friends on other planets, those you call aliens who are not so alien after all, hear you and are ready to respond. And they respond in kind. And when you listen to these notes and when you decipher their meaning in sacred geometry, much will be understood. For now, dear ones, know that this pattern, this melody, this triune chord of peace, of evolution, of movement forward has been transmitted and is continually transmitted. And every fiber of the universe sings this melody. Every fiber, every filament sings this song. It won't be long, dear ones. It won't be long. Have patience. Remember to raise your palms up as Lady Nada and Blessed Mother and Kuan Yin have instructed you. Raise your palms up. Raise your palms up and sing from your wrist chakras. Sing out to the universe. Keep the song going. It is your wheel forward. And it is working now. And we bless you. And we say amen. And this is your group soul, Serena. And we are asked to simply sit in the silence as we recount this melody. And this is your group soul, Serena. As you hold this melody, this triune chord of infinite and lasting, peaceful evolution, as you hold that in your heart, at the same time, we invite you to come forward into the dimension of your physical body so that you can continue to hear the music in your hands, in your knees, in your hearts, in your lungs, in your shoulders, in your hair. Remember now that the task is to be a resonant instrument of this melody, to be that melody, to be the music, as our Diane has been told that she is. Now, beloveds, let us all be this music. Let us be this music. And we bless you. Namaste.